Like Zig here, and just like the title says, I'm in a new spot, and I got a new dog. Come here, Zia. Come here. Come here, Zia. Come on. See, this is Zia, and I'll tell you guys a story about Zia real quick. So the last spot I was at was a truck stop, right? Oh, it's okay, good girl. It's okay. You're a sweet dog, girl. You're a sweet girl. The last spot I was at a truck stop. There was a woman camped, parked next to us in her motorhome. Sorry, in her travel trailer. And if we're being honest, she was a bit crazy. Kept telling me that everyone that she met turned into, um, everyone she met turned into either like a vampire or a werewolf. So she had to like run away from all these people. Anyways, she had this dog, and every time I would take Zag out, um, her and Zia down here would be out there, and Zag and Zia would be playing together. And anyways, I was there for a few days, as you guys know, and hi, good girl, hi, you're a sweetheart, you're a sweetheart. Anyways, she was out there for a few days, and today I noticed that Zia was tied up to the back of the trailer. When I went to take Zag out, Zia was there just, tied up to the trailer. So I figured maybe she's letting Zia get some outside time. Anyways, I was getting ready to leave, fired up the motorhome, and I see Zia. The motorhome scared her, and she ran. And she didn't have the leash attached anymore. This much of the leash was attached to her. And Zia had chewed it up and was running around. And I didn't know what the lady was doing, so before I left, I went and, got Zia because Zia likes me and would run up to me. And I picked her up and I brought her over to the lady's trailer, knocked on the door, and I'm like, hey, and the lady opened her window, right? And I was like, hey, I just wanted to let you know Zia chewed up her leash. And then the lady didn't say anything. I'm like, she chewed up her leash. And she's like, that dog's not coming back in my trailer. And I was like, what? And she's like, she's not coming back in my trailer. I already called the lady that gave her to me to come get her. And I don't know if she's gonna, but she's not coming back in my trailer. And I'm like, so you're just gonna abandon her? And immediately I was like, I'll take her. Dog thief. I was like, I'll take her. And she's like, oh, I would be okay with that. And I'm like, I'll find a good home for her. So I have a second dog now. I have Zia. So I made sure that she got some food. I made sure that she got some water, which she was kind of hungry. I don't know if she'd eaten today. Zia, come here. Zia, come here. Come here. Okay, Zach. Hi, Zach. Hi, Zia. There she is. Anyways, so I have a little, doggy, I don't want two dogs. I didn't steal her. But I do have a little doggy holder, basically, like a little, what is it? It's not a cage, but it's what I use when I fly with Zag. And I put her in there for the drive so she wouldn't be all freaking out, running all over the place where I can't do anything about it. And we drove down to the next spot. And here we are. And I got a new dog. Her nails are trimmed. That's good. Your nails are trimmed. Oh, good girl. But as soon as, I will say, when I was holding Zia and I was talking to the lady, as soon as Zia heard that lady's voice, she was like climbing all over me, I think trying to get away from that voice. I don't think that they liked each other very much. But Zia's very, very sweet. She seems young, like maybe a year old. Hasn't really been house trained yet, so we'll work on that. We'll just take you out a whole bunch. But I'm gonna find a good home for Zia. And make sure she gets well taken care of. I do need to go get some dog food. But you're a good girl, aren't you? Yes, you are. You is a good girl. You're a good girl. You're the bestest girl, huh? Not as good as Zach, but you're still a good girl. But she's integrated pretty quickly into the RV. Found her spot to go chill. Is eating some food. I gave her some treats, which now I'm out of treats. But you're so sweet. You're so sweet. You're a sweet girl. And I know that's so scary, huh? Being in a new spot. But we're gonna take real good care of you because that lady wasn't, was she? She was just gonna let you run around and abandon you. She didn't care that your leash broke. She didn't care you chewed your leash. You can't do this, by the way. That's not good. You can't chew your leash. But I got a metal leash that you won't be able to chew. So, there's that. But anyways, I got a new dog, which I don't want another dog. I don't want 2 dogs. I can barely I can afford Zag, but 2 dogs, just a lot of work, you know what I mean? So we're gonna find her a good home. I know a lot of dog lovers. I know a lot of people who would love to have a sweet dog like her. So we're gonna find you a good home, sweetheart, and you're gonna be just fine. But I am in a new spot, not a truck stop this time. But man, she did all I got was a harness. This is all I got from that lady for Zia. No dog food, no dish, nothing. Just your harness. And that's okay. That's okay, huh? Do you like your harness? You don't. You don't like this. Well, we'll only use it when we're going potty. I don't know if her harness has been off for a while either, because she's got like marks on her from where the harness was. So I took it off of her so she could run around a little naked dog. But I think I'm gonna have to figure out, like, maybe go to the dollar store, get some treats, get some toys, and get some treats, some toys, and some dog food. That's my mission for the day. Man, I didn't want 2 dogs, Zia. I did not want 2 dogs, but at least we're all Z's. Z, Z, Z. Zigzag and Zia. Zigzag and Zia. That's who we all are. We're gonna be a trio for a little bit. But you're a happy girl, aren't you? Look at your tail wagging. You're just a happy girl. So, yeah, this happened. Yep, had her for about an hour now. And she's very sweet. Yeah, she's a nice girl. She doesn't know any tricks or any commands yet, so we'll have to also work on that. It's funny, too. The lady was like, I whistled for Zag. At one point, Zag came running to me, and she's like, oh, that's so cool how your dog comes when you whistle. And I was like, it's a lot of work. She's like, oh, yeah, I know. I worked for dog training, whatever, this and that, and I did this, and I did that, but they turned into vampires, so I had to leave. And I'm like, oh, fuck, this lady's crazy. But she clearly didn't work with Zia at all. And now I got a new dog. For a minute, I'm going to find Zia a home. I don't want to keep her. I don't want to keep Zia. Oh, you want to go play with Zag, huh? Zag, I don't know if wants to play right now. Zag's like, plays with her sometimes, but then sometimes Zag acts fucking irritated that she exists. So, 3 Z's. In any case, this is our life now. We are just chilling out here in the desert. I'm gonna catch up on comments and let them like socialize and work out their dog politics. See, that's Zia barking. God, that bark sucks. That's a high-pitched bark you got there, Zia. That's a really high-pitched bark you got there. Yep. So I got a dog. That bark of hers, though, is awful. That's so high-pitched. I'm not a fan. But, you know. Hey, that's enough. That's enough. No bark. It's like obnoxious. That'll be fun. I'm gonna go ahead and pack one up while I'm hanging out with you guys. I just wanted to catch you up on the wild ass morning I've had. Got my new fly swatter here just in case, because they are around, and I've been on a killing spree. God, it makes me hard. Fucking flies. Look at that guy. Look at him. Look. Yeah. Sucks to be you, nerd. I'm gonna leave you there so everyone knows what's gonna happen if they come in here. So Zia seems to be like a puppy. I'm guessing she's about a year old. She was definitely hungry. You know, she ate a bunch of food. So now I'm gonna have to get dog food. get some treats, get a new collar for her. I'm gonna have to get some dog stuff for her because all she gave me, all the lady, is what Zia had on her, is this and a torn leash. Which I have a few leashes. I'm not worried about the leash or the harness, but I'm running low on dog food, so I'm gonna have to go get some dog food. But man, like, I don't know, dude. It breaks my heart when people are like just wanting to abandon their dog. She was literally just gonna abandon this dog. Looking for my lighter right now. Yeah, she was just gonna abandon this dog and like leave the dog, I don't know, in the wood or in the desert somewhere. I'm not really sure what her plan was. I don't know if she even had a plan. The only plan she had is that she wasn't gonna let Zia back in the house. And she was just tied up, running around after she chewed her leash. So I tried to give her back, like, hey, letting you know Zia chewed her leash. And she was like, that dog is not coming back in the house. And she even warned me, like, oh yeah, it'd be cool if you taken her, but your house is gonna smell like pee and she's gonna poop all over the place. But I gotta be honest, that lady, I only saw her take Zia out like in the mornings. She wouldn't take her out again. It was like, oh, you pooped today, you don't need to go again. And then so things would happen and Zia would go potty in the house, never trained. And I think that maybe she didn't like that lady that much. The lady didn't like the dog that much. Kind of sucks when you have a dog that you're not a fan of. And like, let's be completely honest. Like I said, I don't want 2 dogs. Zag doesn't like having 2 dogs. She likes being an only girl. But I couldn't let this dog just run around the desert and get abandoned. And then immediately in my head, I thought of like 7 people I know that are all about new dogs. They love dogs. So I'm going to go find her Zia a good home. And I told the lady that. I'll find her a good home. I didn't shame her or anything, even though I wanted to. I wanted to tell her that she was a scumbag and a piece of shit. Like, but I didn't. I just, said I'll take her and I'll find a good home for her. So here we are. Zigzag and Zia. All chilling in a motorhome. God, it just makes me angry. You shouldn't get a dog if you're not prepared. You know what I mean? Like, they're a big responsibility. They're work. They can be work. Zag's really good at holding her potty, but Zia, I'm assuming, isn't. So I'm going to have to be taking Zia out as often as possible. But thankfully, we're in a good spot for that. Check this out. This is where we're at now. Actually out in the desert. I got this thing here. It was already here when I got here. No one was parked, so I don't know if I'll leave that or keep it. It looks fucking cool. Although I don't have a whole lot of room in here for it. But we got plenty of room for Zia and Zag to run around. She's drinking water right now, but let me catch up on comments real quick, because there's a lot. What's up, Sam? What's up, Mischief? Santa's Little Helper, Bobo says. Does kind of look like Santa's Little Helper, huh? That's funny. That's true. Yeah, it does kind of look like Santa's Little Helper. Except Santa's Little Helper was a boy. But maybe that'll be her nickname. We'll call her that sometimes. That's funny. Dog thief. Just admit it. I'm on the case. I've already called law enforcement. I'll be honest with you. I actually did get a little worried as I was driving out here. Because I left almost as soon as that happened. I was like, because my RV was warming up when all this went down. It was running and I was like getting ready to go, but I didn't want to leave and have this dog just running around because I saw that she had chewed her leash. So I figured I'd grab her up, knock on the door so the lady knew, so nothing happened to Zia. And that's when I got a new dog, so I don't want 2 dogs. I don't, but I couldn't just let this dog fucking get abandoned, so that's where I'm at in life. What's happening? What's up, Vintage? Good to see you, buddy. Bro, the leash did not get chewed through. The lady just cut it on purpose. I don't think so. This definitely looks chewed. It doesn't look cut. And I saw her tied up. And the lady didn't come out of her house. I saw her tied up, and then I saw her running around dragging this behind her. So I knew right away she chewed it. The lady hadn't come out of her house. She was laying in bed, probably, I don't know, casting spells. She kept talking about how spiritual she was and shit. I'm sorry, you can't call yourself a spiritual person and then abandon a dog in the desert. You're not a spiritual person, you're just a piece of shit. I've actually, didn't shame her in person, although part of me really wanted to. But man, was I cussing her when I left. I was like, what a fucking bitch, dude. Who the fuck does that? Take her to a shelter or something. You don't just leave her in a truck stop, tied up, running her, like, first of all, tied up, and then she chews their leash, and then she's running around. You don't give a shit. Like, you're not spiritual. You're a fucking awful person. Like, good people don't do that to animals. Like, it's not Zia's fault. If she's not trained, that's your fault. If she's pissing in the house, that's your fault. Yeah, just so fucking sick of people like that, dude. It really upsets me, as you can tell. Like, it actually does upset me, but Barstow or Mojave. I am in the desert out here in Southern California, but I am going to keep my location a little close to the chest, as I have been this entire journey south. Far out, man. Crazy how things happen. The Book of Eli, bro. Book of Eli. That is actually something I had to ask before I left. I was like, I'll take her. And she's like, oh, that would be wonderful. I think I'd be okay with that. And I'm like, can you remind me of her name? I've just been calling her Zia. And she seems to kind of respond to that name, so I'm going to keep it. And it starts with a Z, so what are the odds of that? What are the odds of that? You two are just going to have to figure it out. Your dog politics, you're going to have to figure it out. Yes, you are. But I want Zia. I'm going to keep her on a leash when I take her out. I'm going to take her for walks and stuff. But the reality is that it's going to take her a minute to understand that this is home now for a minute. So I don't want her to... I can let Zag out to run around. Zag will come back. She's my shadow, man. She's never too far away from me. But Zia won't understand. So I'm going to make sure that Zia's, like, anchored and always, like, got me watching until she understands, like, this is her home. This is where she'll get her food and her lovin's. She's just exploring the house right now and trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Mischief says, I get a run with a dog. She never let another in her home. Barely lets other humans. It's dope. I'll keep. I mean, if anyone wants a new dog, I got a sweet little, looks like a reindeer chihuahua of some kind. She got cool markings on her tail. I'll be honest with you. It's like her tail like zigzags, honestly. She got little zigzag black marks on her tail. She is really cute. Lisa, yeah, she's super cute. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Vintage says, no, I'm a solo unit. I really love other people's dogs. Vintage dogs are great, but they wander off. Zag doesn't wander off, thankfully. And she's never bit anybody. But I am going to have to keep my eye on Zia to make sure she doesn't bite no one. Who knows? She hasn't bit me, but she does seem like, skittish, tail-tucked a lot of the times. Whenever she meets new creatures or people, she was real cautious of me until Zag started playing with her. Which was kind of cool, because Zag really doesn't play with dogs very often. She gets her moments, but most of the time she's just chilling. So seeing her play with a dog was neat. That's why I was like, I'll take her, because I knew Zag was able to put up with her. Sparking says, yeah, remember when, talking about Book of Eli, he was on top of the bridge and that guy and woman were attacked. And they killed the guy and were taking the woman. And Eli was like telling himself, it's not your fight, stay on the path. Yeah, I do remember that. Retro Game says, I want food. Go get some food, bro. I want food too. when I run into town, I'm gonna get some food. But I'm gonna also get some dog food, and I'm gonna get some dog treats and some toys. I'm gonna have to go to the dollar store for this. If anyone wants to kick down for Zia's, the new bill I got. That's why it bothers me. You know, like, I can't really afford another dog. I really can't, but I can't. I'll figure it out. I'll make it work. I couldn't just let that dog running around. She didn't seem to give a shit that dog got off the leash. That lady did not care. She was going to let that dog run around or get run over, you know, right next to a highway, cars and trucks coming in and out all the time. And she didn't give two fucks. And I think that makes her a horrible person. Hi, Zigzag and Zia. Nice to see you. What's up, Sapphire? Good to see you. What's up, D-Lo? No thanks on the new dog. Yeah, I didn't think that you would take her. But I think you'd like her, dude. I think that you would like her. She's pretty cool. Cause is in the house? I don't see Cause's name anywhere. I would be surprised if Cause came to my channel. I don't see his name on here, though. I don't think Cause watches me. But straight up, I was actually a little worried that this lady was gonna like change her mind 10 minutes after I left, because like I said, when I took her, I was like leaving. Engine was warm. I got in here, had a phone call, and then bounced. So I was actually kind of worried driving down the road. Is this lady gonna call the cops and be like, he stole my dog? Because she is fucking batshit. But that didn't happen. I don't know if there's cops looking for me somewhere, but you know. Yeah, I would be surprised. Yeah, it was D-Lo, not Cause. I would be surprised if Cause came into the channel. Cause hasn't liked me since I hunted down spiders, so you do the math. That's when we had our falling out. Which says everything I need to know about that guy. He got mad at me for posting a video of me hunting spider. So, like, I need his fucking permission to do that. So he can have whatever opinions about me he wants, but he didn't do a fucking thing about spider, except try to take bets and talk about what happened on Reddit, which what he said on Reddit wasn't even true. So fuck that guy. And I've never said that on my channel, but suddenly I'm just like, I'm in the mood. Fuck Cause. Dude's a piece of shit. Doesn't wash his fucking hands when he cooks for people. That's why his hands are all black. His house smells like an anchovies cunt. Because it's like his body odor everywhere. When you walk into his house, it's like a wall of BO, dude, walking into it. It's like, oh! The air is so thick and musty. Fuck that guy. Never said it on my channel, but I've definitely told that to him. He knows. He knows exactly how I feel about him. Cause rejoined Babylon. He works every day for money. No, good for him. You know, I'm not shaming that. I'm not going to shame him for working. I'm not going to shame him for having a job. I'm going to shame him for being upset about me posting a video about hunting down spider when I didn't need his fucking permission. I only needed the victim's permission and the victim's mother's permission, and I got that. And to this day, the offer has always stood. I always told both of them, if you guys ever want me to take the video down, I will. No questions asked. I'll pull it down, and that'll be it. And that hasn't happened. They have, you know, they have not said anything. I think mainly they want everyone to know what spider is, so. Vintage says, I got a bounce. Good to see everyone. Good luck with the new pup. Thanks, dude. Like I said, if anyone wants a new pup, I got one. But if you don't, that's fine. I'll take good care of Zia until I do find her a home. There's definitely going to be people out there who want a new dog. I'm sure of it. So, there's always someone looking for a dog in Slabs. You know, almost every year somebody comes into Slabs and is like, you know, I've been looking for a dog. It's like, bro, I got one. I got one for you, but I won't just give her to anyone. Make sure that they're good people, you know. Because whoever gave Zia to that lady didn't make sure that she was a good person. What up, Rob Fox? Welcome to the chat, you guys. Don't forget to smash the like button if you're just joining. I am in a new spot. I'm packing this bowl right now. And then after this stream, I'm gonna go get some food and some dog stuff for Zia. I don't know where she is right now. I think she's on the front seat. I think she hops up on the front seat and she chills and looks out the window. But she's super sweet dog, man. That's what I'm gonna be doing after the live stream. In the meantime, I'm at an OHV area, so you get to see all these like cool ass vehicles hauling ass through here, off-road vehicles hauling ass through. Like for example, that one right there will probably be cruising around here pretty soon. This spot's cool. I've camped here before. I like this spot because it has bathrooms. I kind of wish it had garbages. Maybe it does. What is that? Is that a garbage? It might have garbage. I don't know if it has garbage or if people are just leaving their garbage over there, but it has bathrooms, which is sweet because my Blackwater tank's full right now. And I haven't looked where the closest dump station is, so. Wow, nice trailer, toys half and living half. Maybe. I think that one is just toys. I think it's just a toy hauler. I don't know if there's a living quarter in it. It might be. But I do suspect I'll be cleaning up a lot of potty from Zia over the next week or two until we figure out our routine. So, you know, got rid of Buddy. Didn't get rid of Buddy. Buddy passed away, so I don't have Buddy anymore. And he was incontinent quite a bit, you know, so I was cleaning up after him a lot. And it was, you know, nice to not have to worry about that. Don't get me wrong, I love Buddy. He was a good dog. But it was time for him to go. And now I'm going to have to deal with it again, but this time it's a puppy, so I'll be able to train her. I'll be able to teach her. Oh, Zig, I found a cool YouTube channel yesterday, RV Repair Woman. Hey, that's cool. I'll check it out. I accidentally learned about Dometic water heaters. Yeah, those are a thing. Those are a thing, Dometic water heaters. I haven't actually used the hot water heater in this. It drinks a lot of propane. Hot water heaters are probably your biggest propane expense, so I haven't used that. It is warm here, and my dumb ass wore a long sleeve shirt, and this is a long sleeve shirt with real tight cuffs. Like these are real tight, so I can't roll the sleeves up. But it is warm. I'll tell you that right now. It's like 80s. But inside the motorhome, it's warmer than 80. I don't have a thermostat plugged in right now, which I could do that right now, I guess. As I drive, everything falls, but that's alright. I got it right here. She wore black dresses. I don't know. I didn't think very long about getting a dog, to be completely honest with you. I didn't think very long about it. And, maybe I should have, because I could have, like, I don't know. I don't know what I could have done differently, to be honest with you, but, I didn't like the idea of that lady just abandoning the dog at a truck stop, so. Delo says, rarely use my hot water heater. Yeah, I rarely use mine too. I guess if I was doing a shower, I would turn it on. When my shower leaks, there's like an actual hole in the tub part. So I haven't used it, but I do have an outdoor shower that the hot water would work on that. Sam says, I don't have a hot water heater, but now I know that one brand has an anode rod and the other brand has no anode rod. Yep. They also have on-demand hot water heaters for RVs, which is, if I was going to upgrade mine, I would have a tankless propane heater for sure. They have electric ones too. They just take up a lot of power. So I would get a propane one. Dave says, the only time I use mine is for a shower. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But I think this spot, I could actually be here for a long time. I don't think anybody enforces no 2-week limit here. I think that this is one of those spots that you could post up at for a while. Zia, come here. Do you want us to meet everybody? Come here. Do you want to meet everybody? Come here. She gets a little skittish when I go to pick her up. Zia, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I don't want to pick you up if you're going to be skittish. Huh? Yeah, dude. Her tail tucks quite a bit. Yeah, an on-demand bolted on the side would be good to have. I don't know if I would have mine bolted on the side. I think I would just take out the tank and put it inside of where that tank is. Yeah, see, there she is. There she is. She gets a little skittish. I don't think she's used to, like, people just loving on her so much. But she got some good colors on her. She does kind of look like Santa's little helper, a little reindeer chihuahua. Sparking says, don't do it. Don't do what? It's more convenient to pay for a shower with no water or time limits or mooch dock a shower. Is she fixed? That's a great question, dude. Oh, you sneezed on me. Yes. Yes, she is. Oh, thank goodness you're fixed. Yes, she's fixed. She got the tattoo. Does she respond to good girl? A little bit. She responds, I think she responds to the tone of voice, you know, but she does already seem pretty attached to me because I'm already, like, giving her a lot of love and stuff. Oh, yeah, I gave you treats and gave you pets. Zag's so jealous. She's just staring at me right now. Yeah, she is going to be easy to find a home for. She's fixed. She's sweet. You're a good girl. I've been telling you that since I got you, huh? You're a good girl. See, she doesn't really respond very much. She responds to her name. We'll work on the name a little bit more. We'll work on the good girl a little bit more. Maybe we'll work on other stuff too, like sit and come. She doesn't know any commands. No one's ever worked with her. I feel like, you know, people got this dog and then, like, figured, oh, it'll just figure itself out, you know, and they don't. You have to teach them. It's a lot of work to train a dog. And you have to be consistent. And if you don't do those things, then the dog won't be a very good dog. And I think that's what that lady was dealing with. She just didn't want to do the work. So, yeah, just another desert puppy. But her nails are trimmed. That's good. Her nails are trimmed. She's been fixed. She's healthy. Just I guess that lady was being fucking dog owner lazy and didn't want to work with her. Come on. But she is fixed. Actually, that was actually a really good question, bro. She's got 2 tattoos, so I don't know why. I don't know why she would have 2. She's got 2 of them, which is strange to me. Typically, they only do 1. I'm curious if maybe they got her fixed and then tried to get her fixed again, and she got the 2nd tattoo. So that does happen with girl dogs. That's why they start doing the tattoos, because, you know, with a boy dog, you can look and tell that it's been fixed. He ain't got no balls. But with girl dogs, you can't always do that. With girl dogs, they were getting a lot of unnecessary surgeries to find out, oh, they're already fixed. So They started doing the tattoos on girl dogs. I think they do it on both now. Just a standard practice. But she does have the tattoos, so that's good. That's good news. That's actually great news. I don't have a dog going into fucking heat. Her name is Zia. That's what the lady was calling her. I've just been calling her Zia. And I'm like, that works for me. Starts with a Z. Zigzag and Zia for a minute. And then it'll be Zig and Zag again. Sometimes people who have always had cats try to get a small dog and they don't realize it's a totally different lifestyle. It's true. And this lady did have a cat. She had a cat in the house too. And it's not, they're completely different fucking animals. The care is different. The work that you have to put in is different. Cats are very independent. You know, they figure out the litter box on their own. You don't really have to train them. They just kind of chill. They're really independent animals. Dogs aren't. They're completely dependent on people. And so when you get a dog and then you don't want it anymore and you're just going to tie it to the back of your fucking trailer and then not care what happens to it afterwards, bro, I can't. It disgusts me that people think that that's okay. She had a vehicle, she could have driven this dog to a shelter. She could have been a fucking adult and done something else instead of just tying her in the back and being done with it. But, you know, I didn't shame her to her face because I wanted her to give me the dog. I didn't want to, like, you know, I wanted it to be okay. But deep down, it was not okay. I was so fucking mad. Oh, that's Clover's dog's name. Oh, that is Clover's dog's name. That's so funny. Maybe I'll call her Zia. Zia. She kind of looks a little bit when I say her name. If I need to get more treats, though. I need to get more treats so I can, like, really get her attention. I don't know how food-driven she is yet. I don't know anything about her. I know nothing. Except that she's real kind of skittish, and her and Zag get along. I wouldn't have taken her if her and Zag didn't get along, but I would have done something. Fired up the van and driven the dog into a shelter or whatever, but I wouldn't have taken her if Zag wasn't cool with it. But her and Zag were playing, and Zag doesn't play very often. Zag really doesn't play very often. You can ask D-Lo. She has her moments where she gets a little playful, but it's short-lived. So seeing her play with Zia was kind of cool, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll take this fucking dog. Sometimes I think I need a puppy and train it properly as a service dog for me, but I remind myself a dog is as much a life changer as having a child. Maybe not as much of a life changer, you know what I mean? But it is going to change your life. And here's what I'll say about having a dog. I traveled for a couple of years before I got Zag, and then I got Zag. And let me tell you, the first year and a half was a big struggle because, you know, I wasn't great at training dogs at the time, and you know, she was a puppy, and there's a lot of, like, cleaning up her poop and being upset about it, and but I will say that I am so happy that I have Zag. She has changed my life, just like you said. She's changed my life, and I'd like to believe it's for the better. I wouldn't even know what love is if it wasn't for Zag. It's completely unconditional love. So yeah, that's the only reason I know what love is because I have a dog. So it will change your life, and hopefully for the better. It's not for everybody. I know not everyone's a dog person, and that's okay. You know, it's okay if you get I don't shame people who get a dog and then have to find a new home for it. I don't do that. That's not cool. If you're doing your due diligence and you find a new home for it, good for you. That's better than tying it to the back of your fucking trailer at a truck stop and just what will be. Because sometimes you don't know that you're not a dog person until you own one, and you're like, wow, this is actually a lot, maybe more than I thought, or maybe they're a little too dependent on me. So it's okay to get a dog and then decide you don't want the dog anymore. There's nothing wrong with that. I know people be shaming folks who do that, but I don't. I think it's wonderful that you tried. You know, you wouldn't have known otherwise. So But maybe, Sam, it would change your life. Whereas my Kaylee cat already has trained herself over the years. Same with Zag. You know, after that, year and a half, 2 year mark, dude, we're in sync. You know what I mean? We're we're homies. Like, she's my best friend, and there's not a whole lot of training I have to do with Zag anymore. It's all that's done. She does what she's told, and she's not getting into trouble anymore. She used to, but she doesn't do it very, 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 very rarely do I have to scold Zag for anything. And sometimes I do. Sometimes I gotta scold her, but very rarely do I have to do that. Sequini says if you're, even if you're just a temporary stop in her journey, I'm sure you'll find someone who will adore her as she deserves. 100%. Yeah, I'll hang on to her as long as it takes to find her a good home. But I don't think it'll take me very long to find her a good home. I think people will like her pretty quickly, because she is a sweetheart. She is a sweet dog. Except now she's getting into stuff. Hold on 1 second. She's getting into the food, so I'm gonna give her some more food. Here goes you. She was chewing at the food bag, so I was putting more food in the food dish. There's only one food dish, and her and Zag are sharing. Zag doesn't like sharing very much, but you can come here. I wasn't trying to kick you out. But yeah, we'll find someone who loves her. I'm slightly concerned that the cosmic letter Z means Zia will be in your life forever. No. She won't. I'm not gonna keep her. I won't keep her, but I will take care of her. Damn, that is Clover's dog's name. I didn't name her, dude. That's what her name was when I got her. Which I thought that fit pretty well. Sorry, I'm getting texts. Got a text, I had to read it. You may have been sent a cosmic thing. Yeah, I know. I mean, here's the thing. Like, when Zag passes, and hopefully it's a long time from now, I do want to do some more international traveling. And it's much harder to do with one dog, much less two damn dogs. So, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna take a third dog, a second dog. Every time I get a second dog, I don't know. It's double the work. The whole puppy stage all over again. Now I've got I'll be training her and working with her, teaching her a name and stuff, but it's just all that work that I'm like, I'll do it, but I'm not gonna enjoy doing it, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm not a dog trainer, I'm just a dog lover. So I'll foster her. I have fostered several dogs since I got Zag. I've fostered a dog named Kush that I got and then found an owner for Kush. I fostered Miles. You guys remember Miles? I named both Kush and Miles. And then found a home for Miles. Miles is doing great. I see him all the time. I see Kush from time to time. And now there's Zia. So someone will love Zia, and so I'll find a home for her. I don't mind fostering them, but Zag is my homie. Zia and I can be homies too, but Zag's my simpatico. Finally got your sticker. Sometime the summer was in the pile of mail. Hell yeah, dude. Glad you got the sticker finally. I know that you were like, I still haven't gotten my sticker. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. You gotta call them. But I'm glad you got it. Did take them a long ass time though. It's good to know. Good to know sometimes it takes forever. Oh, my nose itches. It itches like I'm on fucking opiates. No stickers here. Well, if you order one of my stickers, it should show up within 6 months, I guess. I know other people have ordered my sticker and it showed up, a reasonable amount of time. So I don't know why it took Dave so long, but I guess it did. But yeah, my merch store you can find if you go to my channel and go to the About Me part, and I have links to all my merch store. Also, I guess I could. Yeah, there it is. Dave did it. All my links are right here, though. You should be able to find my merch store there too. And I mean, I don't make a lot of money. Like, I think off of a sticker, I make like $1.50. I could make the prices higher, but dude, I can't morally make them very much higher. They're already kind of high. And so, like, the third party service I use charges, like, if you're getting a hoodie, for example, charges like X amount of dollars for a hoodie. I think it's $35. So that's already a lot for a hoodie, if you ask me. And then anything over that, I keep. And I get to mark the price. So if I mark it $45, I make $10. And, yeah, I just think that, I don't know. It's just really expensive for a hoodie. I'd rather get the capital together to have a collection of stickers. Like, have somebody local that makes stickers, like diecast or whatever. And then I can, what's the word I'm looking for? Hand them out to people. Then I can have some. I have one of my stickers that somebody else bought me. So. She wore black dresses. I don't know why I've got that song stuck in my head. But, the last time I tried starting the van, it was dead again. Like, I jumped it, and it was dead. So this time I'm gonna have to jump it again, and I guess leave it running for quite a while, like 30 minutes to an hour, to make sure the battery's real good and charged. And if I still need to jump after that, that means I'll have to get a new battery. But in the meantime, I'll just have to jump the damn thing every time I want to go somewhere. Yeah, Dave's got some stickers. He's getting some new stickers made. He knows a guy. But one of these days I'll get the capital together, to get like 1,000 of my stickers, or maybe just 500. I don't know. If 1,000 of them I'd be having to, like, I'd just stick them everywhere, I guess. There's kids out here on their quads and stuff and their dirt bikes. If you hear them, that's what's going on. I also found these leafy things in my stuff from my friend's attic that I put up. Just makes it look a little bit more like alive in here, a little more open. As far as my research said, the old way of running a vehicle doesn't charge the battery anymore due to the dumbass huge latent draw vehicle. I don't know how accurate my research is. I don't think my vehicle has a whole bunch of draw from the alternator. I think that maybe the last time when I jumped it and drove it, it wasn't long enough. I just drove a few miles and back. So maybe it didn't get charged enough. Or maybe I left something on. I don't think I left anything on this time. But in any case, I'm going to have to jump it again, get into town, hit the dollar store up, get some new dog stuff. I'm going to have to get some dog food. I need to do that anyways, but have to get some dog food. Is that a bee? Oh, fuck you, bro. I don't think it was a bee, but I'm starting to think, I don't know if there's any bees out here. I don't want them coming in. But a bomber just got in. This window right here has a hole in the screen. It's like a hole that's square that was cut into it. So whenever I open this window, I know I've got a hole there for shit to get into the RV. Dave says he's got a graphic designer friend in Reno, 3-inch round. 3 inches around? That's huge, bro. Oh, we're talking about stickers, aren't we? My bad. I'm funny. I'm looking for the fly swatter. No, I just had it. I know I just had the damn fly swatter, right? Where did the fly swatter go? Because I got some flies to kill. Well, do you know where it went? Do you know where it went, Zia? See? She knows her name. She's a good girl. You are a good girl. Yes, you are. You're so sweetheart. You're so sweet. So you poop? You poop? We'll figure that out, girl. We'll figure that out. We'll make it okay. It's okay. We'll figure that out together. And Zag, you're still the bestest dog in the world. Yes, you are. I wish you guys could tell me where my fucking fly swatter is. Oh, I found it. Cool. Cool. That's one dead. I don't know if this one's gonna land. It's just solid flying around. It's maybe if I open the window, it's trying to get out. But if I open the window, others will fly in. See, like it's a. I'm also. What do you guys think? If I was to paint the, I don't know how to paint these. I think they're ugly, so I'd like to paint them. Maybe white, or maybe red. I'm not sure. Maybe colors I can't see. Something else besides that 90s fucking fake wood shit that they do. I have one of those tiny water dispenser pumps on its way to me. Now I will be a cool van lifer too. I've used a few of those in my day. Those rechargeable ones. Those are pretty cool actually. I've used the hell out of them. You can even create a sink out of it if you wanted to. I gotta open this. It's too hot now. Too hot with it open. Too many flies when it's, or too hot when it's closed. Too many flies when it's open. Oh. What? Does Zag not want to play with you so you're whining? She does whine a little bit from time to time. Yeah, the plastic leaves. All the van lifers have that. I like them. I think they're cool. My flies were too big for the zapper, so I've ordered a bigger zapper. Dave says he has a USB pump on his 5-gallon jug. Yeah, that's I think what they're talking about. One of those rechargeable USB pumps with like the hose that goes into it. If you were to put like a long, you could take the hose they send you is gonna be kind of short, so you could take it off of there and put a longer hose on. You're gonna want to get a food grade one. But then you can run it to like a 5-gallon jug somewhere else, like under the sink or something, and run it all the way up. And you could build a sink out of, you know, a fucking metal bowl if you wanted to. Like this could be a sink if you were, you know, real cheap, real poor. I don't know what the hell you're gonna wash in that silverware, I guess, but. Yeah, that's what I bought. D-Lo, I can get a free tap water, or I can pay $5, 5 gallons for $4 for filtered. I'm upgrading my system. Next is a toilet seat. Yeah, water tends to be pretty cheap. I get the luckiest when I pull up to a gas pump and there's a spigot attached to the, like, somewhere where the gas pumps are, because then you can just hook that right to your motorhome and and fill it up. I've done that before. I filled up my jugs of those things before. Some of them will say they're not potable. They'll say like non-potable water, and that's more of, it's just tap water, but it's usually like the end of it, because people will be attaching their own hoses to it, and you can't guarantee it's safe to drink when people are putting their own hoses on it. So, but it's usually just tap water. Toilet seat will be a game changer, dude. Just letting you know now. Put that swatter away so the flies will show up. Yeah. Ooh, he landed. Oh, stay. I think I got him. Sometimes you're not sure, man. Sometimes you whack and you're not sure if you got him or not. But he made the mistake of landing for a second. I thought I'd take advantage. He keeps flying into the screen on the window. But if I open it, will he fly out? Or will more fly in? You know, now in hindsight, now that I know this lady was going to abandon her dog, I should have gotten some footage of her. Because she had definitely had some mental health issues. You know, she talked about how spiritual she is, and how, you know, everybody's trying to kill her all the time. Everywhere, I've met people like this before, where everywhere she goes, everyone's trying to kill her, and then she'll describe them trying to kill her in weird ass ways. Like, she described this one guy tried to kill her because he shared some weed with her, and then later she fell when she was getting into her bed, because her bed is on steps. And she's like, weed doesn't do that to me. And I'm just like, girl, you got too stoned. You just got too stoned. But of course, you know, some people don't take ownership for their decisions. They blame everyone else. And then when she started talking about how everyone turns into like vampires and werewolves, I knew, like, okay, this lady's not in touch with reality anymore. But she seemed to like the dog. She seemed to like, you know, she was, from what I saw. But when Z was running around and dragging her leash behind her, she just had her harness on and her ripped up leash that she tore. Yeah, like, Zia chewed through her leash. When I grabbed her and I knocked on the door, lady opened her window. And when Zia heard the lady's voice, Zia tried climbing up on my back, you know, and I think she was trying to get away from this woman. So who knows what was going on inside of that RV, inside of that trailer. But Zia's fine now. She's safe. She's chilling. She's a happy dog. Like I said, a little skittish, but... Oh, I wonder if my arc taser stick could get skeeters. Maybe. Probably. Short hose with filter. Use it on the faucet water. Have filter. Not 1 foot house, so it's simple. I have a filter attached to my sink, but I have no clue how old it is. I have no idea how old that filter is under the sink. So I'm probably going to have to replace it before I trust it. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I've never had any issues with getting water. If it said, like, at campgrounds or anywhere else it said not potable water, I've still drank it. You know, I've gotten pretty lucky with my water. Maybe I've got a better stomach than others. I'm not sure. I mean, I've even drank ice in Mexico. You know what I mean? They tell you not to do the ice in Mexico. I've done that. The only thing that ever fucked me up in Mexico was the goat head tacos that D-Lo and I got when we went down there with Happy. Had to take Happy to see the vet, and those got me. But it was just like, um, I just didn't make it back to Slabs before I had to stop and use the bathroom. So, really want to kill this fly, bro. Got it. So I got it. There's a bomber in here. I got it. There's other little ones, but that bomber, bro, too close to the B sound. You know what I mean? She would have hallucinated bad stuff about Zia eventually. You saved that puppy. I think that I did save that puppy. Maybe not against the things that, like the future things that could have happened, but definitely against what was happening. And what was happening is she was just running around a fucking truck stop, dragging a chewed up leash. That's what was happening. So I definitely saved her from that. And the lady was like, I'm not letting her back in my house. So I'm like, you're just abandoning her? And, she started making whatever excuses she wanted to make. And I was like, I'll take her. I'll find her a good home. So, at campgrounds, I look up to see what trees are dropping their leaves into the water tank. Pine and eucalyptus trees have poison resin. Yeah, where I've gone camping, it's usually either tap water or well water. Typically, where I go, especially like up in the Pacific Northwest, some of the cleanest water in the world, right out of the ground. So, I've never seen a water tank for a campground before, if we're being honest. I don't remember ever seeing that. I would be a little concerned about like camp water at a campground in the Imperial Valley, because the groundwater there is not, it's toxic. They've got to filter the absolute shit out of it before it can end up in the tap, because the groundwater there has just been contaminated with all the farmland and all their runoff and stuff, and there's like millions of cows. It's one of those places that you can drive through and all you smell is cow shit. Sam says, of course, lots of Aussie bush campgrounds have water tank collecting runoff from the pit toilet roof. I guess I could see water collection that way. I mean, I know a lot of people that do water collection from the rain, but that makes sense since you're out in the bush and it's like desert, doesn't rain very often, that they would have to do water catchment. That can be, if your water tank is open top water tank, I don't know. I would be a little concerned about that myself. How are temps out here? Inside the motorhome right now is 87. I don't think Zia had eaten today at all either. I think that because when she got in here and she had the opportunity to eat, she ate a bunch of food. She ate a whole bowl to herself, so I don't think she had eaten today, and I don't think that lady planned on feeding her anymore. She did have a bowl of water out there where she was tied to the back of the trailer. She had a bowl of water, but she didn't have enough food, so. But I let the dogs free eat. Their bowl is always full, almost always full. When Buddy was here, I couldn't keep it full because he would just eat it no matter what. But I'm going to just let her get used to free eating so she can eat until she's full every day. Get fat. The only other time I haven't let Zag free eat is there was a minute there. There was like a year there, or maybe a little bit more than a year, where Zag started getting kind of chubby. She was getting kind of fat. So I had to put her on a diet. And, but that was mainly because she would eat here, and we were in Ponderosa. She would eat here at my house, and then she'd just make her rounds. She would make her rounds to all the people that would give her snacks and treats and food off their plate. So she was getting kind of fat, and I had to put her on a diet. Yeah, we're talking about you. And look, he is already chilling, dude. She's already, like, she's down. She's comfortable. She's chilling. That's cool. I'm glad to see that. I am glad to see that. That's so cool. Huh, good girl. Yes, you are. That's cool. That means yeah, exactly. She feels safe. Exactly. That's why I'm happy to see it. This is fast. Like, I've had her for a couple hours. Not even. Maybe, yeah, maybe like 2 hours. But an hour of that, she was in a little, like, soft shelled kennel that I use to transport Zag when we're flying. Um, and she was in that for the first hour. And now she's been here for an hour and she's already fallen asleep, dude. That makes me really happy. I'm really happy to see that. That's good. That's good news. That means it won't be an issue tonight either when we go to bed. Dogs eat so much food. Yeah, they can, dude. They're just little garbage disposals. They'll eat and they'll eat and they'll eat. Typically, Zag will eat until she's full. Like, she just eats when she wants to. I try to always keep food in her bowl. Um, but if she could eat a whole ass bowl of food and then eat as much people food as you want to give her, she'll take it. So that's why she was getting fat, because everyone was feeding her off their plates, you know. Oh man, what a day! I wasn't expecting to wake up tomorrow with two dogs. Means I'm also gonna have to set an alarm so she can go outside when she wakes up. But it's really cool to see her chilling and laying down like that and closing her eyes, and now her eyes are open because I'm talking. But that's really good news. Like, she wouldn't do that if she didn't feel safe. I'm glad that she's fixed. That was a good question, Dave. Yeah, I'm glad she's fixed. She's got the tattoo. Yeah, she's a good little girl. I'm gonna definitely try to find her a good home. I know where I'm going, pretty much everyone is a dog lover. You know what I mean? I could go to Slabs, find a home for her within a few days. I could go to Bombay Beach, find a home for her within a few days. I don't think it would be very difficult. I think there's so many dog lovers there that I think Slabs would be a little bit easier, and maybe not because, like, they're better people because of dogs, but no, because I know more people in Slabs than I do in Bombay Beach. But I could make a post in both towns to see if anyone wanted to take her off my hands when I get there. So I heard certain parts of Detroit love dogs. They're eating the dogs. They're eating all of the dogs. They're eating your pets. Hide your wives. They're eating the wives. I can't do a good Trump voice, but I can do the accordion. It's horrible. They're just eating the dogs. No, they're not, bro. No, they're not. You know what I'd like to see from a politician one day? You know, I know I don't get into politics. I don't get into politics, current events, or anything. It's so divisive. I like you guys. You guys like me. Let's not go there. But I will say, I want to see a politician at least once be like, you know what? We fucked up. Like, that was a mistake. We didn't know it was going to be a mistake. We had the best intentions, but that was a mistake, and we'll do better because we represent you guys, and you guys deserve good representation. So, moving forward, you know, that's what I want to hear a politician say. Like, hey, man, we fucked up. Instead of like, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. You know, we don't have to listen to the bullshit all the time. Can't we get honest ones? Like, what do you think it is? Like, what do you think it is that makes a politician become a liar? Like, become dishonest? That I'm curious. Like, I've never been a politician, um, but it seems to be that's what happens to all of them. They end up being like really dishonest about things, even if it's about themselves, about like what they believe in, because they don't practice what they preach type of shit. So like, what do you think it is that makes politicians go from like, because I imagine that some of these people are decent folks, right? Like, and they do want to represent Americans, but after a minute, after a little bit in the game, they all become little shitty fucking, like, why does that happen, do you think? I've never been a politician. I'm not sure. Maybe it's the lobbyists. Maybe it's party pressure. I don't know. But I'm curious of, like, why the psychology behind it, if that makes sense. You might find some honest politicians at the local level. I think that's probably very true. I think at the local level, you'll find the most honest politicians. Not always. But, you know, once you get up to those federal levels, dude, forget it. Bro, you gotta understand how backwards that is. If we're good friends, we should be able to talk politics like we talk about anything else. You know what? I mean, you like grilled cheese. I don't. You know, like, that's true. But, and I can do that. The people who know me in person, I will talk politics. Yeah, Dave's talk. I'll talk politics respectfully. I will respect your opinion as a human being, as an American with the right to vote through the lens that you're voting for. I can do that. But I will also express my concerns with some of the politicians you may pick or some of the policies you may support. Here's my concerns about those, and here's the things. I can do that in person, but you got to understand, not everyone can. Not everyone can do that without taking it as a personal attack. Does that make sense? Because we as people like to be that thing that, you know, like whether it's Democrat or Republican, like, I am a Democrat, I'm a Republican, and you identify with that. So when I'm showing you how those things may, like both parties, when I point out failures in both of those parties, a lot of people will take that as a personal attack because that's how they identify themselves, as their party. You know what I mean? Even I identify myself with my politics a little bit. Like, I'm right-leaning. I would say I'm more right-leaning than left-leaning, by a lot. But I respect a lot of the things that left-leaning people support, and I respect a lot of the things that right-leaning people support. I also disagree with both parties quite a bit, so maybe I'd start another channel for that, like start it from the beginning and have it be about politics. But I think that would be divisive for people who take it personally because they identify themselves with the party or with their politics. Whereas I may be right-leaning, but I'm also like, that's not who I am. That's not the only thing about me. That's not my entire identity. And for those people who really are like passionate, I would say, about their politics, you know, it's hard to hear a disagreement, even if it's respectful, without being offended. And so I try to avoid that on my channel because I'm not trying to distance myself from the world in this platform. I'm trying to bridge those gaps. And maybe there is more to us than just the politics. And I understand right now, dude, it's a contentious time. It's a very contentious time in politics in America right now. And I mean, with the government shut down, there's been protests and stuff. And I know everyone feels how they feel about these things. And we don't need to do that every day, though. That doesn't need to be everything that we are. We can find other pieces of common ground to meet in the middle. Like, we can have those reminders that we're neighbors and Americans. And, you know, in a global world like this, it's even more important to be patriotic and to be reminded that even Democrats in California and Republicans in Texas are neighbors, and we are supposed to be united, you know. It's tough because people get so passionate about it, so everyone's changing the subject. It's funny. Dave says, sparking in person. Zig will talk politics. We've gotten heated, but still respect each other, not to go straight to hate. Dude, everyone has different politics from me. Even other people in my like party have different politics than me. But I really appreciate the people, like I've sat down with communists and socialists and all ultra Republicans and ultra Democrats, and I disagree with all of them for various reasons. So, and I've sat down with them and we've had great conversations before. Other ones just get mad, so, or they get rude, and I don't deal with that shit. Got me a new buddy heater buddy. Old one, 5 years, getting hard to light. The new one works great. Congrats on the dog. Thanks, Daryl. And congrats, Mischief, on your new heater buddy. I have a diesel heater. If you guys ever get the chance to have a diesel heater, those are choice, bro. Mischief, my heater didn't stay lit after only one winter. I didn't investigate much, but I bought another screw-on heater and just put the propane in with me. So, fun fact about a lot of the heater buddies, the nozzle that distributes the propane onto that thing that, you know, is on fire, will get clogged unless you use a specific type of hose that runs from your propane tank to the heater buddy. If you're using the green tanks, you should be fine. But if you're using an external tank and you have a hose, there's a specific kind of hose that you want to get, because the residue from inside of that hose will gunk up the heater buddies. So sometimes if you ever have a problem with it not lighting, you really just need to clean that nozzle, put like a Q-tip through it, and get all the gunk out of there, and it'll fix it brand new. Oh, Dave was with me. He said, haha, that dude at 7-Eleven that totally tried to rage bait you. Yeah, this guy. We were just sitting outside of 7-Eleven. They were closed for like 10 minutes or whatever they were doing, cleaning. And we were waiting outside, and this dude just like instantly starts trying to rage bait me with politics. And eventually I was like, dude, I'm not doing this. And he's like, stop talking to me. And I'm like, I've been trying to stop talking to you this whole time. He was like, I'm not doing this, dude. I'm not doing this. And he kept like, burr, 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 burr. I'm like, I'm not doing this, bro. Stop. And in person, it was so weird. It was super weird. Some people just can't do it. They can't have respectful conversations about it. Like, some people didn't learn how to have difficult conversations. And some conversations are difficult. And some people didn't learn how to do it, so. Nobody bothers to mention the $200 deep cycle battery required to run a diesel heater. I actually was running my diesel heater off of a Jackery. So, it also, you can plug it into 110 or 12 volt. Mine, anyways. Not all of them are exactly the same, but mine, you could plug it into 110, you could plug it into 12 volt, or you could wire it. I don't know how much deep cycle batteries cost where you are. I think mine were like $150. So they are kind of expensive, but you do need electricity to run a diesel heater, though. Yeah, that's the thing. You will need electricity of some kind. It doesn't just run off of like hopes, or it doesn't run off diesel. The way the diesel heaters actually work. So for those who don't know, there is a little itty bitty little fuel pump that draws the diesel out of the tank, because you have a tank. Draws the diesel out of the tank, and then it has this glow plug that it spits the diesel onto this glow plug, and it creates heat when it burns off, and then a fan is blowing that heat into whatever you're heating. So you need to heat up the glow plug, and you need to be able to pump the fuel. So it will need electricity. But they are a game changer, dude. If you can get the power, which it doesn't take, mine doesn't take very much power at all. It's like 50 watts, dude. So if you can get the power and you have like a decent, like even a cheap solar system, you can heat your house with a diesel heater. At least during the day. I mean, you could do it at night too if you have a big enough battery bank, but I think that you would probably need at least maybe 200 amp hours to run it all night and to have power in the morning still. So if you're like running it 24 hours a day, you're going to need probably 2 deep cycle batteries, basically. Like 200 amp hours is what you'd want. Smell of diesel makes me sick. Good hose. Got 5 years on it's wore out, yeah. New ceramic, burns hotter and uses less fuel now. Yeah, I was just talking about the one that, not the 5-year-old one, but the one that said that it went out. So when Sam said theirs went out after a year, that's the one I was talking about. Usually you could just clean it out, all that gunk out of that little thing that dispenses the propane. My propane heater runs on propane. Diesel heaters lie. Yeah, but you'll spend a lot more on propane, I think. I think you'll spend more on propane than you would on diesel. Because, like, like a gallon of diesel will last, a couple of days at least. It's called an orifice. Is that what that's called? That makes sense. An orifice. The orifice. Yeah, clean the orifice. That's usually the part where people will say heater buddies are trash. Like I've heard people criticize heater buddies, but I actually like them. I've used them for years. Every heater buddy is equipped with a CO2 detector, and all of them are equipped with a tip shutoff. So if you like knock it over, it'll turn off. If there's too much CO2 buildup, it'll shut off. They do produce moisture. If you run it for too long, you'll have your windows will be be all like wet in the morning, if you don't crack a window anyways. But for the most part, they've done me well. I've used them in tents, I've used them in vans, I've used them in motorhomes. They've saved my fucking life before, I'm sure. I'm getting stuck in some cold spots. I have gasoline evaporating in the yard currently. I can't keep my fuels organized. Also, was that? Yeah, Mischief said the smell of diesel makes him sick. The diesel heaters, you don't get the smell of diesel in your house. It's got an exhaust, and that's where all the smell goes. But the heat goes into the house. The exhaust goes out. You don't want to be that's something that would kill you. Breathing diesel exhaust like that. So that would be vented out of the house, so you do have to cut a hole, or you have it outside and you run a hose into the house with the heat going into the home. So a lot of people will install them inside of their vehicles and have the exhaust go out, and then other people will have it outside. Like I have a suitcase one, and it's made to be outside, and then you run the hose inside, but it's got all the stuff there to install it inside and exhaust it out. It's got all the things. So in the winter, I use 4.5 gallons of propane every 3 weeks or so for my camper. That's not bad. Not bad at all. I think the last, I don't know how, I didn't run it consecutively, but I think that if you got a gallon of diesel, actually no, my tank is a half gallon. So if you got a half gallon of diesel and you ran it 24 hours a day, I think I figured it out where it would be about 48 hours of run time off of a half gallon. So that's like $2.50. Because diesel's about $5. I'm doing the math. Probably be a little cheaper than that too. But that's if you're running it 24/7. Do this fly. See, it's literally landed on my nose. Ugh. Fuck you, dude. And then as soon as I grab this thing, now he's nowhere to be found. Oh, I'm gonna kill that motherfucker later. I'm gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna smile through the rage. The sun is about to set right in front of my windshield, so I'm gonna have to put my windshield cover on here in a second. It's already starting to get real bright and blind me. Here, I'll let y'all watch. Creeps. You damn creeps. You damn voyeurs. Man, that's probably the best thing I ever got for the RV. Was to be able to cover that damn window. Oh, now they really are all coming in. A bunch of flies coming through the window. Need to figure out a way. This hole in the screen, like I get why George did it, but it lets all the flies in, bro. And you can't get across like Breeze without opening it. So it'll get stuffy in here. So I run a bunch of fans all the time, but yeah. You replaced the flaccid swatter. Didn't replace it. It's around. Is it around? It's around. But this one was in the van. So I just had to go get it out of the van. I did that on the last live stream, I think. I got sick of it. Sam says, green screen as the windscreen cover behind your podcast chairs. That's my idea. And those chairs would be aiming at each other. It would obviously be a little bit cleaned up. But, you know, a green screen isn't a bad idea. That's not a terrible idea. Because then I could put any view that I wanted out of the window. Like I could make it look like we're parked in Hawaii. Or make it, you know, Slab City or wherever. So that would be kind of a cool idea. Also, if we're sitting there looking at each other talking, we could have like an article up on the thing, up on the green screen that we're talking about. And so instead of changing the screen, like the weatherman, you could put it up on the green screen and have like the meme of the week right there in between us or whatever. Or pictures or whatever the fuck. You do all kinds of stuff. Jelly Bean. Mischief says Jelly Bean used 3/4 of his tank. Did last in this winter in Bend refuel I don't know what. Buy new diesel cap, run a hose to 5-gallon tank, kit run 5 to 7 days. Oh man, I don't know why you abbreviate so many sentences. I don't know what you're trying to say. It's funny because I have a beautiful view, but the podcast can't show beautiful views from other places. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You're talking about blue screen. They use blue screen. They can use blue or green. You can use any color you want. You could use black. It doesn't matter. But typically they use those green screens or that weird blue screen. And I'm assuming it's weird because I can't see either of those colors. But you can use any color you want, but they use those colors because they're not typically worn. So if you do green screen stuff, you could it's called chroma key is actually what it's called. Everyone calls it green screen because that's typically the color they use, but it's called chroma key. And you can pick any color you want and then transpose images or videos on top of the video that you're currently in. I do this in my channel often, actually. So you can pick any color you want, but the industry standard is a green. And I say it's a weird green because they use a green that people you wouldn't typically wear. So when if you're ever in like a podcast or movie or anything like that, you'll never see them wearing that color. Because if they did, the background would get transposed onto them. Like if their background's all green screen, the background, like if your weatherman was wearing that color, that green, the weather map would be on his shirt or whatever. But let's say it wasn't green and it was black, and I was on it right now wearing this. Well, the weather would be posted onto me and the screen would be black. But they don't typically use black because people wear black. Black is a common color you'll see in the world. So they try not to use colors that you aren't commonly going to see. But you can pick any color. It can be blue, it can be green, it can be fucking black, it can be whatever you want. But silver, it's just whatever color you're picking to transpose it. So. Oh, it's 4:20. I'll be damned. That was an accident. Oh, that's empty. Yeah, articles, maps, still photos from the daily drive. Shit, you gonna go green screen, just go heliograph. Won't even have to be there and have AI write script. Well, if I do this, it won't be scripted. It'll be a podcast. Like, we might have a plan of things that we want to talk about. For the most part, it'll be a podcast. Yeah, red or blue pill. It's a good point. Actually, they could use red, but red, if you ever noticed, red is used in film all the time. Red is a very, very common color for a director to use in film. Because, like, if you watch a good example of this, a really, really good example of this, besides old Hitchcock, who did this all the time, red always had something significant, or, Psycho is good. But if you watch The Sixth Sense one more time, go watch The Sixth Sense again. You'll see how significant the color red is in The Sixth Sense. That was on purpose. If you go watch, like, Mulholland Drive, you'll see how significant red is. So typically they won't use a red screen, but you could. Like, even, like, they wouldn't be able to do Iron Man with a red skin or red screen. Okay, now there's a fucking moth in here. Now there's a moth. That's just bullshit. Yeah, the moth, all I had to do was open the window. He flew out. But I'm sure it's coming in through this hole in the screen I've got here. What new dogs? Where's Zig? Zig's right here. I'm right here. Zig's okay. Zag's okay. Zag's chilling. Zia's chilling too. I told this story earlier in the live stream, but there's Zia. There's Zia. I'm just fostering her for a second until we find her a forever home, but she got abandoned at the last truck stop I was at, the one I live streamed from yesterday, by the lady that was parked next to me. Just abandoned her. Told me that that's what she was doing. So, yeah. I was like, I'll take her. I'll find her a good home. And I will, huh? Huh, won't I, Zia? Yeah, won't I, Zia? Yeah, she's a real sweet dog. She was just a little hungry. I don't think she's house trained, and I think that lady was just sick of it. So, just a crazy lady that shouldn't have had a dog. But she's very sweet. And then Zag's right here. She's okay too. Don't mind my garbage. There's Zag. So, yeah, if you want the full story, just rewind the live stream. That's basically all we talked about at the beginning. I just woke her up. Now she's strolling around. I should have just let her sleep. She's just sniffing on Zag quite a bit, and Zag's like, stop, dude. Not bad. Just don't sniff me. It's my butt. Have I watched the new Ed Gein series? No, I haven't. The Monster series? No, I haven't watched it yet. I need to get in the right mindset to be watching dark shit like that, you know what I mean? Dre needs to see Zia. Who's Dre? I liked how they interwove the cinematic influences, but man, it was an odd watch. Yeah, I know his story. I know his story, but it's just such a dark one. I need to be in that mindset before I watch the show. You know what I mean? Like, I can't just, like, that's less entertaining for me. Like, the Dahmer thing was kind of fascinating, I guess, but I also, same, had to be in the right mindset for that one, too. Zig's new girlfriend. Oh, Zag's new girlfriend. Yeah, they were playing around a lot before. They would play together. Dre is Dre. Dre just got here. Oh, you know someone named Dre. I see. You have to rewind. You can rewind and show Dre all of Zia when Zia was hanging out up here. Yeah, it was grim. Yeah, I expect if they gave the story any truth, it would be very grim and dark and sad, and I don't know, man. Sometimes I'm not in the mood for something like that. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm just not in the mood for grim and dark and sad and oh man, these dogs are cool. You guys are cool. I'm glad they get along. But Zia, you could tell, is real skittish. Tail tucked quite a bit. Right now, her tail's not tucked. Her tail's up. She's comfortable. But when I met her, she was real skittish and like around that lady she was. So maybe we could bring out the Zia in her. She does like playing with Zag though. YouTube is so broken putting the login names in chat lately. Yeah, dude. I agree. It should be the channel names, shouldn't it? Some chats are like this. Some chats still say Sam. It's so weird. Big dance throw scary movie night in. I got sidetracked, started some laundry. Oh, well, that's okay, D-Lo. See, it should say D-Lo for his, too. And that's why I'm Sequini again. Dude, okay, so Sequini, what's your usual tag? I wonder if this is a setting on my channel. I didn't change anything, though, so it's got to be YouTube. I haven't messed with the settings on my YouTube in a long time, actually. But YouTube is a pain in the ass. Oh, scattered. Yeah, I know you're scattered. Everyone say your channel name, though, now that we're at it. Okay, so Sophie... Because now that all the names have changed, I don't know who to be rude to, who to be nice to. There's an Apple TV show I'm into right now called Invasion. It's pretty good. I'll check that out. I think there was a book I read called Invasion. I mean, I'm sure that's a common name, but... Hi. What are you doing? You want to come up here? Do you want to come up here? Or do you just want to wag your tail at me? Is it based on a book? Come on. All right. No. See, hey, come here, Zia. Zia, come on. Come on. There you go. I can't really get that playful with her right now because she doesn't know if I'm being mean or not. So, D-Lo says, gotta go pee. No, you're not allowed to. You could bring me with you if you're gonna go pee. I want you to hear my voice while you're holding your dick. You know, I don't know if it's her breed. I don't know if it's her breed or not. She's just chilling right here on my lap. I don't know if it's her breed, but she really is skinny. Sometimes it's just their breed, you know, but she is super skinny. I can feel her back right here, like each vertebrae. She's just a skinny girl. I don't know if she's supposed to be or not. So we're gonna make sure she's got plenty of food and plenty of lovin's. Because I don't know what you were treated like before. But I don't know if you're. She did eat a bowl of food, you know, but she didn't eat it all at once. She kept coming back to it. She's like Santa's little helper. She definitely does look like Santa's little helper, doesn't she? No, she's a really sweet girl. Dave, did you see antelope in Texas? Apparently, there's heaps, according to Rogan. Um, there's tons of antelope in Oregon too. I've seen. Well, they actually might be pronghorn. That's a different type of antelope, but at least Zag has a road dog now. I think Zag's gonna have to get used to her. But I mean, they do play together a little bit, but Zag's not used to living with another dog. She does seem like just soaking in all the love I can give her. She like wants all of it. You just want all of it, don't you? I don't think she's gotten a whole lot of that either. Huh. Well, take good care of you, Zia. Sometimes it's just their breed. Some breeds are skinnier breeds than others. I think she's some sort of reindeer chihuahua, maybe. But she's got some other stuff in her. Um, Maybe Dotson, a little bit in the face. Um, but oh yeah, oh yeah. What is the reindeer part? The legs. How long her legs are? She's very, very long girl. She's a very long girl. You know what I mean? Like just reindeer. She's a very long dog. She's taller than Zag. Zag did have a sibling that was shaped like this too. She had a reindeer chihuahua out of that litter. And her tail, look at this tail. It's got zigzags all across it. So I mean, don't tell. It's not my dog though. Stop it. But literally, fucking zigzags going down her damn tail. What are the odds of that? You've got zigzags going down your tail, girl. Can't make this shit up. You're so cooked. Stop it. Stop it. She's sweet though. We'll find you a good home. We'll find you a good home. Can't believe that lady was just gonna abandon her. Let her run around and get hit by a fucking car or something. Shut up. Shut up. Nope. Nope, you just got the zigzags on your tail so you know who rescued you forever. Saved you from that truck stop. Never have to see that crazy ass bitch again. And we'll see if we can fatten you up too. Was she not feeding you because it meant that you would have to poop? Is that what was going on? Might have been. I've heard of people doing that before. Like the dog won't stop pooping in the house, so they feed it less. You know? So that's okay. She's in safe hands now. Even if I don't keep her forever and ever, whoever I give her to will take good care of her, because I don't give dogs out to bad people. So. Oh, D-Lo, please explain burnt ends. Is that bread or meat? Is that bread? Because Dave was saying that he had some good food in Texas. He got Denny's burnt ends and mac, and cheese was pretty fire. So, burnt ends, yeah, when you smoke the brisket, all the ends that are like more cooked than the middle, like the edges that get like a little burnt, a little more glazed. My mouth is watering just talking about it. The barbecue, what's it called? It caramelizes. The barbecue sauce caramelizes, and then it like, oh, it's the best. It's the best for sure. One thing I am concerned about with Zia is I got like cords and stuff with power running through them, so we're gonna have to keep our eye on you to make sure you don't chew any of those up, because I don't want you to get hurt. Huh? You a good girl? Zia. I need to get some treats too, so she can know good girl's a positive, reinforcement. So she knows her name. So she knows that's her name. So I think she kind of gets it, but I don't think that she knows very much. So, dogs are cool. I couldn't morally just let this dog run around a freaking I couldn't morally let this dog just run around a truck stop. Hey D-Lo, are you gonna be coming through? Never mind, I'll text you. I'm gonna text you right now, because maybe we could link up and you could camp here. It's got a fire ring. That's what made me think that. Where the fuck am I? Oh yeah. Because then maybe we could camp here, because I think I could be here a minute, and then we could drive down together. If anyone wants to kick down for dog treats or dog food, or I need to go buy dog stuff for her, because I don't have a second collar. I could come through there. I'm coming down 95. Okay, yeah. I need to get another dog collar now. She does have this harness right here. This is the only thing that she had on her. And the lady didn't give me any dog food or anything. I didn't ask. I just honestly was like, I don't want her to change her mind. So I didn't ask for any dog food or anything like that. But I need to get her a collar and maybe some toys. Zach doesn't have any toys right now either. Some treats and some dog food. So that's what my store run today is going to be about. So if anyone wants to kick down for any of Zia's stuff. Yeah, Zia is being good. She's not jumping around or anything. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. I was kind of like, oh shit, here we go, a puppy. But no, she is being good. She's explored a little bit, but she's not jumping around. She's not scared. She's being kind of chill, honestly. That's really good. She's being chill. She's got really cool colors. I think she's gonna be a good dog for someone. She's gonna be a good dog for someone. Yeah, got that one. The bark of the brisket, exactly, yeah. If you ever come to the States, There's gonna be some good food that you're gonna try, but don't let just anyone tell you what food to try, because biscuits and gravy is amazing, but if you get the wrong biscuits and gravy, you're gonna have a bad first impression. Brisket is amazing, but if you get a bad brisket, you're gonna be like, this is terrible. My phone's dying. Give me a second. Let me plug this cord into it. Herder, you can stay. I was just moving around. You might stay until the 2nd or 3rd of November. Damn, okay. Waiting for payday type shit. She hugs. She like lays her head on you. You can get real Mexican food from a chain store. Don't eat fast food Mexican as your first Mexican food. Yeah, definitely don't do that. You know what might be good first Mexican food is like a food truck. Some of those have, at least down here in the Southwest. Don't eat Mexican food when you're far away from Mexico. Don't eat seafood when you're far away from the ocean. Good 2 rules to follow. Huh. Hazia. Hazia. I think the best Mexican food I ever got, at least in Vegas, was at this food truck. That they made their own homemade tortillas. They were so good. See, I am trying to live stream. I'm trying to live stream. Look, you wanna check them out? Look, sweetheart. Look. It's okay. It's okay. Look right here. Oh, fucking poor thing. Ears back. What's happening? You don't want to look at the camera, do you? We get packet kits from the supermarket. We put salsa and think we're eating Mexican. Nah, dude. You got a Mexican flavor you're putting on your food. But that ain't Mexican food. Definitely love deprived. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. I think you're right. You're just soaking it all up, aren't you? You're just soaking it all up, aren't you? Zag's not. She's like, she's a bit jealous, but she's not pulling her out of her way. Fucking people. Come here, girl. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. I'm waiting for her and Zag to end up in a puppy pile. Once they're in a puppy pile, that'll be also a good sign. That'll also be a good sign. I was in love when I first met her. She was a sweetheart when I was like for the last couple of days. Zag's played with her a couple times, and she was a good girl then too. She would like climb up on me and stuff when I'd get down on her level. She'd like climb up on me and get her loves in. But so yeah, that's already happened. That's why I was like, I'll take her. Like I don't think I'm gonna keep her though. I really don't. I really don't think I'm gonna keep her. I think I'm gonna find a home for her. I don't want 2 dogs. But I also just couldn't watch her just like get hit by a car or drive away knowing that this. I didn't know what this lady was in. Really? Okay, so I only had a second to think about it. Really, all I was doing was I grabbed her up because she came to me. She comes to me. So I picked her up and I went and knocked on the lady's door just to let her know. Like, hey, I don't know if you knew this, but your dog chewed through her leash. You know? And it was talking to the lady through the window, so I couldn't actually see her. But I was like, your dog chewed through the leash. And then she didn't say anything. And I was like, your dog, she chewed the leash. She's like, she's not coming back in here. And I'm like, oh. So, yeah, I had like a millisecond to think about it. And, yeah, I know a ton of people who are dog lovers. And there's always somebody looking for a dog in slabs. So, like, it won't be hard to find a home for her. Yeah, she'll be okay now regardless. Exactly. Have best in LA. Go down to Mexico, Texas food, and Dame how some compare to those both Mexican food. I'm really trying to read what you're saying, dude, but you don't proofread anything. You're just like what's his name? Bruce Almighty when he was replying to prayers on the computer, just But I think you're saying Southern California, Texas are the good spots for Mexican food. And I would agree with that. I would say Southern California is great for Mexican food, but it's also amazing for basically every food in the world because you're like right there in San Diego and Los Angeles. There's immigrants from all over the world. So you'll be able to try food from the Middle East. You'll be able to try food from Russia. You'll be able to try food from Europe. Like, you know, any big city like that is gonna have good food. Except honestly, the cities in Texas don't. You know, you go to like Dallas or Houston, there's good Mexican food. That's true, and there's good brisket, good American food in Texas, good Mexican food. But as far as outside of those two ethnicities, there's not a whole lot. You know, you get some decent Chinese food, but you're not gonna get it's not gonna be very common to find like Greek food, Middle Eastern food, all of these different varieties in Texas, in any Texas city. But you get some of the best American food in America is you're gonna find that in Texas. That would be I would argue that the best American food is gonna be in Texas. Maybe a close second to that would be the Carolinas. The best American food the Carolinas could be an easy close second. There's not room for both of you up here. Zag's like laying on my hat and some cords. I think Zia might need to go outside. The phone's charging though. Let me see. Yeah, phone's damn charging. Maybe I could do this. Maybe I could set it up so I could take her out and y'all could watch. Alright, let me get her harness on her and then I'm going to take her out. So I don't have a collar for her yet. Well, maybe she doesn't. Okay, yeah, maybe she does. It's okay, Zia. It's okay. Oh, she doesn't like this harness at all, dude. That's all they got right now, sweetie. Sorry. Hey, Zia, come here. Easy. See, see that? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Come on, let's go potty. Come on, let's go potty. Come on. Come on, big girl. Come on. I'm just grabbing. I have a longer leash. I'm gonna grab real quick so she can have a little bit more freedom. Well, that was kind of unsuccessful. She did need to go out. She piddled a little bit right at the door, so I'll have to clean that up. I've got some pet deodorizer. It's not a big deal, but I bet that's what the lady was getting sick of. Come here, Zia. She definitely hates this harness. When I was putting it on her, she went totally like kind of dead weight and wanted to lean away from me. I don't think she likes that harness, so I'm gonna get her a collar instead. Zia, it's okay. It's okay, good girl. Let me get this off of you. So I think she knows she's in trouble for piddling. I think she knows she's in trouble for it. I don't think she likes that harness. I put that harness on her. She fucking hated it. Once it's on her, she seems to be okay. But when I'm approaching her now that she piddled, she's like slinking away from me. So I'm gonna give her space. And we'll work on the piddling thing. I'll take her out a lot. And I'll give her a lot of praise when she goes outside. But she's also watching Zag. And that's gonna be really helpful too. Let me catch up on these comments. That's a lot of comments to catch up to. This message brought to you by Charmin. Well, Mischief says, yeah, I'll have 1, 2, see after 6 months is, I don't know what y'all are talking about. Recently, there was a dachshund dog made the news in Australia. It lived free in the outback desert for over a year. They finally trapped the poor thing and returned it to a loving Babylon family. Dachshund's living its best life out there. If you can keep yourself alive for 500 days in the outback, you've earned your freedom, I reckon. Yeah, that's a tough little wiener dog, bro. Wood burners, storage units, hardy dogs. Now you're all caught up. Wood burner in the bus? Is that what y'all are talking about? Can't wait for that sun to go down. But I'm glad to be back out here in the desert somewhere. I can be here for weeks. So maybe I will be. It's not a terrible spot. There's a lot of services in town right here. I mean, I've been in worse spots. Hey, what's up, Drew? I miss Rabbitside at the slabs too. Too bad they left. Heard they moved to Appalachian somewhere. Hope they're doing well, as they don't put out vids anymore. Dude, so Rabbitside owns a dog named Romy. That's Zag's litter mate. Me and Rabbitside go way, way back. In fact, we all have matching tattoos. This tattoo right here was in honor of somebody that we all camped with. I didn't camp with Rabbitside, but I was there when they all met. Well, not all of them. Jesse and Peter knew each other already, but when they met Ryan, and they became Rabbitside, I was there when they named themselves. So we all got dogs out of that litter. And yeah, we go way back, dude. Ryan did this tattoo. It's a stick and poke tattoo. Ryan did that. He also did the road on my hand tattoo. He did the road on there. That was Ryan. So that was also all stick and poke. So Rabbitside and I go way back. Yeah, they did go to the Appalachian Mountains. They are doing well. I did see them. I'd say 2 years ago I saw them. So yeah, they're doing really well out there. Hey, what's up, Eldon? Welcome to the stream. What's up with me? I got a new dog. She's chilling right now. We just went for a little runabout. Let her. She didn't go potty. She piddled a little bit at the door, but got me a little rescue that some fucking bitch abandoned at the truck stop I was at this morning. So, um, she doesn't like that harness. Like I said, this is the only thing I got from her was this harness, or her harness. Actually, it's right here somewhere. Maybe it's not. I don't know what I did with it. But I got her harness and then this half of a leash. Lady didn't give me anything else, no dog food or nothing. So that'll be my next mission. I gotta spend some of my fuel money on dog food money. But I think maybe I'll post up here for a little bit, so I shouldn't need much more fuel money. So I'll stay here for a little bit. Her and I can get used to each other, and then I'll go, get her a little bit better trained, and then get her down to the desert so she can get a good home. Biomarch survival stove, 3-quart crock pot, all steel, spec design. Went on sale, $30, 60% off. Hey, what's up, Badger? I am doing all right, man. Take the fire ring. I might, actually. It's a pretty good one. I'm going to be here for a minute, so I'll definitely be able to use it. And there's some wood out here that someone left. They left a fire ring and some wood. I don't really have anywhere to put the damn fire ring. But if I don't have anywhere to put it, really. I'd have to figure something out. But I do know somebody who would want it. I know somebody who wants a fire ring. So that's really what's on my mind. Is maybe bringing it to them so they have one. Sequini says she probably has major anxiety around toileting if she's been scolded every time she went. She probably does. You're probably right. So we're not going to focus too much on her piddling in here. I'm going to say no to her, but that'll be about it. And I'm going to give her a ton of praise about doing it outside. So, thankfully she's not piddling when she's scared. Because I know dogs do that. They get scared and then they piddle a little bit. So I'm not gonna worry too much about her doing it inside. I mean, I'm not gonna scold her too much about it. We're gonna just focus on celebrating when she goes outside. So she knows. I think that she was always told where not to go and never was told where to go. Does that make sense? So I think that's what we're gonna focus on. What's your stance on the government shutdown? Is it affecting you at all? Little bit. It's affecting me a little bit. For example, I am hoping to get my disability raised this winter, and if they don't figure something out, I'm not going to be able to do that. I'll still be able to get my health care done, which is also good. I can't apply for food stamps right now, so I can't get food stamps. The people who are on food stamps, they aren't getting their food stamps. That's terrible. I don't know what my stance is on it. I don't really have a hard opinion about the government shutdown, to be honest with you. I think that I kind of understand both sides of the whole battle. So yeah, I don't really have a hard stance on the shutdown. It happens all the time. This is the longest one. I know that. But yeah, I don't really have a hard stance on it. I think they should probably just get their heads out of their asses. I think that one party's asking for things that they know the other party won't accept. So we'll just be at this fucking gridlock for a while. Whatever. Yeah, I know that, everyone's talking about the military getting paid. When I was in Iraq, there was a government shutdown, and we didn't get paid, and we were overseas. We did eventually get paid. When we got paid, it was back pay, too. We got all our pay that we had earned. But there was weeks that we weren't getting paid, so... Yeah, folks don't know if EBT will arrive. That's the biggest problem I have right now, I think, because that doesn't necessarily affect me. I'm not on food stamps. I would like to be on food stamps, but I'm not on them. But it does affect a lot of my friends. It affects a lot of my people. And they're not going to have anywhere to eat. They're not going to be able to fucking eat without food stamps. So, yeah, that bothers me. You know what I mean? We're the richest, most powerful country in human history, and because of a government shutdown, our fucking people can't eat. That's disgusting. I think and I also don't think that any of them should get paid, even though they get paid. By the way, while the senators and all that, they get paid while the government is shut down. Um, and they shouldn't. Like, if the military isn't getting paid, you fucking definitely shouldn't be getting paid. That's how I feel about it. That's the hard stance I have, is that part's bullshit. So, but government shutdowns happen all the time. It's really just a funding issue, right? They don't know where to spend the money. Like, they can't agree on how to spend the money, so they don't spend any money. In the past, they've had temporary, where they've like basically kicked the can down the road. Like, all right, we'll fund the government for the next 2 weeks while we work this out. That's happened in the past. I don't see why they can't do that. You know, like, why can't they do that? That's happened many, 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 many times. Almost every government shutdown I remember that's happened. So, but this literally wipes out a person's whole life. No, evicted on the street in debt, then back paid, so homeless with three grand in their pocket. No, so I get disability payments from the VA. I am still getting my payments. So far as they've told me, everyone on disability is going to be getting their payments. So thankfully, that's not happening yet. People in the military aren't getting paid, but people in the military are being taken care of. You know, they've got housing, they've got food, their needs are met because it's the military. It's essentially, the military is communism. You know, they give you your housing, you work. You know, it's a rank structure. It's fucking communism. Um, so they're gonna be fine. The people in the military who aren't getting paid, the people on disability that get that money from the government, they're not gonna, or they're still getting paid. Now the federal workers who have now been furloughed and they'll come back to work. That sucks for them. That's I think there's about 2 million federal employees. So if they're not getting paid right now, like, that's gonna hurt the economy for sure. Also, those people could be facing evictions, and they could be, they're going to the food banks right now. So you're gonna post up and get your VA stuff sorted this winter. You mentioned needing an advocate to help you with the anxiety of it all. You got someone you can support you? No, I don't have anyone yet. I'll have to find that when I get down south. But they have liaisons. They have people with the VA who that's like their whole job. So I'll have to get linked up with one of them, like an advocate, a patient. I think they're called patient advocates. So and a VSO, a veteran service officer. That's the person who helps you with all the paperwork type shit. Hey, what's up, Jeannie? It is a cute puppy. Hey, Jeannie, you want a new puppy? I got one. I got one at a truck stop. I know you don't. I know you don't. Sorry, that was callous. But I got a new puppy at a truck stop today because some fucking bitch, and I don't even feel bad saying that, was just gonna abandon her. She's not. Yeah. I was like, nope. I'll take her. I'll find. She's fine now. She'll be good. I already called the lady that gave her to me. I don't know if she's coming to get her. I was like, oh my god, dude, this is crazy. Like, that's crazy. Oh, that fly needs to die. Yeah. I hope I got you. I didn't see where you went, but I hope I got you. Don't you volunteer to join? I'm not joining. Don't you volunteer to join? To join what? What are you talking about? The military? Yeah, the military is voluntary. I don't know what that has to do with it. If that's what you're talking about, I don't know what that has to do with anything. Get on it, get your bank. Yeah, I'm getting my health care taken care of will be important. I'm probably supposed to be on, like, heart meds and stuff. So getting on some heart meds will be a good move. Sorry, I think I see an animal or something out there, but I can't make out what it is. Oh, it's a crow. All right. I need glasses. Um, so I should probably be on some heart meds. But yes, getting my disability increased will be the end goal, basically, of getting my healthcare taken care of, but also getting fucking paid better. I mean, I feel like my channel could be drastically improved if I had more money to go see more things, and maybe even get better equipment. Um, my channel would improve quite a bit, I think. So, but as it stands, I can sometimes only afford to go to like a few spots a year. When I first started traveling, I had a lot of money in the bank, and I traveled to a lot of places. Um, I traveled all over the place. I was on the move quite a bit. I put like 40,000 miles under my belt the first year I was traveling. So, um, so yeah, like if I was to get paid more, I would be able to go more places. Basically, be able to show you guys more things. Badger asked, "You still smoke cigs?" Trying to quit myself. Yeah, that's the one vice I've got that I'm like not proud of. You know what I mean? Um, but it's got me for sure. Uh, I think I would need some sort of something to help me quit smoking. To be honest with you, cold. It's just I quit for a year once, but I guess I was still vaping. I was blowing clouds, bro. um, but yeah, dude, that's the vice that's got me. That's the vice that's got me is smoking. I don't drink, I don't do drugs. Every once in a while, I'll eat some mushrooms or something. But I definitely smoke cigarettes. That's my vice. And when I say I don't drink, I'll say I rarely drink. It's more rare for me to drink than most folks, especially most folks who have been through my shoe or similar situations as me. I know a lot of veterans are drinkers. But for me, drinking is like a social thing, and it's usually like I don't get drunk. I'll maybe catch a little bit of a buzz, but once I start feeling drunk, I feel uncomfortable too. So, but yeah, you guys got me. Oh man, I gotta run into town before the dollar store closes so I can get some dog food and stuff. Let me see what time it closes. I guess it's still early. But you guys got me. I mean, at least another 10 minutes, but maybe about a half an hour. Let me look at let me look at the dollar store here. See what time it closes. Hmm. Well, I thought it was closer, but looks like there's not one closer. Or a grocery store, so it looks like I'm gonna have to go drive a little farther out. That's not a big deal. But I'm like 10 minutes from Walmart, so I'll probably just run to Walmart. Um, yeah. But yeah, I got to get the new pup a collar because the harness that I got her in, she fucking hates that harness. I put it on her, and she just went tail tucked, dead limp, dead weight. I don't think she likes it at all, or maybe it's just me like standing over her. I'm not sure yet. Um, but nevertheless, yeah, I need to get her a new collar, and then some dog food. I'm running low on dog food. I could probably wait till tomorrow for that, but I'll just get it today. So I want to get some treats, and then I want to get a couple of toys because Zach doesn't even have a toy right now. So if anyone wants to kick down for any of that stuff, that's where it'll be. That's where my money is gonna get spent. It's gonna be spent on like dog food, dog toys, dog treats, dog collar, right now. So that way we can get her all comfortable in the house. Um, yeah. Badger says, yeah, it's got me as well. Can't smoke tree due to probation. So SIGs it is. Dude, that sucks. Are you in a state where it's illegal? Badger, what's your regular screen name? Because it's just giving me Badger. Are you new to the channel? Like, it sounds like we've talked, right? Sam says I bought new flooring to install. Also, also it's just three $5 yoga mats from Kmart. That's cool, dude. That's fucking funny. New flooring, yoga mats. Not bad flooring, bro. If you ask me. Down here in Quartzsite, they sell carpet for super cheap, like squares of carpet. And I think I'm gonna, or like rug or whatever. So I think I'm gonna get some of those for the RV. I'm gonna get some of those so I can put a rug on top of the carpet that's already here, because the carpet that's here is fucking awful. Yeah, Dave gets it every year. Yeah, I need a new carpet from the tent. He says, yeah, me too. Me too. After Buddy, and this dog's not gonna do my carpet any good, so. Yeah, the ones I got were $3 each. And you don't need that much when you don't have that much floor space, so. Yep, good old carpet squares. Exactly. Cheap ones. But I'm also going to have to jumpstart my van because the battery's dead. I tried to start it the other day and it didn't start because I was going to run to town to get smokes, go to a tobacco shop to get smokes. I didn't figure I figured the truck stop would card me, and I don't have my ID right now, so my ID's in Oregon. It's going to have to be on its way down pretty soon, but it's up in Oregon right now, so but the truck stop didn't give a shit. They didn't card me. They sold me smokes. I should have gotten some more before I left, but I didn't because I'm dumb. Actually, not dumb. Once I got that dog, I was like, all right, I gotta get the fuck out of here before this crazy bitch changes her mind, about letting me have the dog, so. Desert Debs lives there in this town. Does she? That's cool. Oh, so Badger, you're in Cali. In Cali, it's legal, but you're on probation, so they take it away from you. That's fucking dumb. If you're on probation, it's legal. I guess they can still stop you from drinking too. I don't know. That's a silly thing to take away from someone, but whatever. I mean, I don't even know, dude. That's probably have people commit less crimes if they're just stoned. It's harvest season. 18-wheeler just dumped a load of weed on the highway. Trying to locate the road. Definitely wasn't AI. I mean, yeah, I never have seen weed transported in 18-wheelers. I the farm I worked on, bro, we just threw him in the back of the pickup and drove it. One time we got pulled over, so the law was the law was you're allowed to have an ounce on your person and then like a certain amount of ounces in your home or whatever, right? And we got pulled over and we were taking the weed from one farm to like the processing facility where they weigh it and bag it. We had trimmed it and it was ready to go, and we had just like garbage bags full of weed in the bed of the pickup. And we got pulled over, and the cop was like, "I'm not really sure like what the laws are about this." And I was like, "Dude, we're just going from the farm to the processing facility. Like, how else do you expect us to get it there 1 ounce at a time? That doesn't make sense." And he let us go. But I mean, it would have been life in prison 20 years ago. You know what I mean? So, but it was right after they legalized. Hemp, maybe. Yeah, I could see hemp, definitely. Hemp is very popular to be grown in Oregon. In fact, a lot of farms where I'm from in Central Oregon stopped growing alfalfa and switched to hemp. So horse owners were having a real hard time finding hay and alfalfa for their horses because everyone switched to hemp. It was just a bigger profit margin, cheaper to grow. And so I could definitely see hemp being on a semi truck. But hemp's legal in all 50 states. Take care, Sick Queenie. 1:30 a.m. where you are. Where are you at in the world? I feel like you've told me before. But if you don't answer, that's fine. Good night. Are you in Ireland? Yeah, I'm glad you caught the live too. I'm glad you did too. I'm gonna be ending the live stream here in a little bit though, so you caught most of it. Can't believe that bitch was just gonna leave that dog. The picture of the wreck was all nugs. See, now we're getting into something that I've brought up before. P.S. Don't let that woman take the dog back. She's lost her parental rights. I'd be impressed if that bitch could find me. She didn't know which direction I was going. I could have gone any direction from that truck stop. So, I mean, she could describe my RV, but yeah, I'm not. She ain't getting her back. No way. Absolutely not. Good night. What was I saying? Oh, I brought this up a couple of times about AI, right? Like, it's just a matter of time, you guys. It's just a matter of time until pictures and videos are no longer admissible in court because it'll be too easy to fake, right? It's not 100% anymore, and it's coming. It's probably in the next 20 years. You know, a lot of AI you could tell, you know, that it's AI, but it's gonna get better. It's just gonna keep getting better and better and better. So it's just a matter of time until you won't be able to use pictures or videos in court anymore. So then what do you got to go back to? Like eyewitness testimony? You know? Like we already know that's not very reliable. See, Queen, they couldn't find Zig if they wanted to, even if Zig doesn't want to. Even Zig doesn't know where he's parked. That's true, I don't. I closed my eyes and drove here. I have no idea where I'm at. You'd vouch for all your friends? Well, hopefully that's why they're your friends. Most of them. We ran 5 to 70 budding machine 12 hours a day for 3 weeks. You talking about those auto trimmers? Those suck. Those fucking chop the weed to shit. Especially if it's like light, fluffy weed. They just hack it all into shreds. I like hand trim. Ugh. I'm getting hungry too. I have to cook some food. Maybe grab some food in town. I'm already trying to think about who I could get Zia to. You know, who Zia could live with. A good trimmer can do £1+ a day. Hand trimming. Yeah, that's about what when I trimmed, it would be, we were getting paid like $200 a pound. And I could do about £1 a day. So I would just be trimming for weeks and make a ton of money. AI will never let us turn it off. Blackmail people. AI can't stop us from turning it off. I don't know what you think AI is, but currently AI is just input, output, input, output, input, output. You don't have to turn it off. You could just not use it. But I don't know what you think AI is. It's not Skynet, for fuck's sake. So, like, it literally can't stop us from turning it off if we want to turn it off. Just flip the fucking switch. It's just a computer. It's literally just a fucking computer. Can you turn your phone off? Can your phone stop you from turning it off? That's ridiculous. I'm not an alarmist, so I don't buy that kind of bullshit. That alarmist, AI alarmist stuff. Like, I'm telling you what the danger is to AI right now is that we're not going to be able to use picture and video in court anymore. And you're like, turning it into Skynet. Like, it's just, if you don't know what AI is, that's okay, but don't pretend like you do. Because then that's just fucking ridiculous. I call that kind of stuff out, dude. Don't be an alarmist. One time I spent a month brushing trees with a tiny handheld plastic rake. Harvesting olives is weird. AI is the Antichrist. Maybe. Could be. If there is an Antichrist. I mean, yeah, could be, I guess. I never really read up on what the Antichrist was. I do know that he was loved by all. And AI is definitely not loved by all, so. As you can tell in this live stream. I use AI all the time, dude. It's super helpful. It's allowing like small businesses to make websites. You know, it's allowing it's just very efficient doing a lot of the work. It'll be loved by most. Well, I'm pretty sure the quote was "is loved by all." But I could have been wrong about that. Debudding takes off the branch. So you just run the whole tree through and it cuts all the branches. Yeah, but I haven't looked into enough at the Antichrist prophecy, I guess, to know what the signs are. But I know most of them are like abstract, so you can apply it to pretty much anything. You know what I mean? Anything negative can be called the Antichrist. So, but yeah, I haven't looked into that prophecy as much as others have. It's really pretty here. You guys want to see? It's sunset, so you're getting all the shadows from the sun, all the golden hour shadows. there's a fire ring right there somebody left, and some firewood. So that's cool. You can see some mountains off in the desert. I don't know if you can, but all I remember is I have to be suspicious of anyone who seems to be the best, most loved, and the greatest. That's funny. I'm out in the desert, Rob. I'm out here in the desert. It's beautiful out here. Also, fun fact, AI can't send pictures or text to anybody, so that whole story's bullshit. It can't. It doesn't have that ability to send a text or a picture. And fuck Porter, too. AI literally is just input, output, input, output, input, output. AI doesn't make decisions. It doesn't send people texts. Some people will use AI to write texts or use AI to manage auto calls or something, but yeah, that AI is just input output. If it's sending people text, it was literally programmed to do that. So if it's threatening to send somebody a text, he programmed it to do that. You can program AI to say or do whatever you want. Well, there's some limits with a lot of AIs these days, but like, it won't give you political advice like ChatGPT won't. But unless he gave it permission to send a text, it's not sending a text. It's not making decisions. It doesn't have intent. AI is literally just a computer program that you give it an input and it spits out an output. That's AI. That's what LLMs are, large language models. That's all it is. So that story's bullshit. I don't even know how else to respond to that besides saying that. Like, I understand AI enough to know that that's complete horseshit. It's just input output. And I don't even know what program you would use to let AI. I don't know what program you'd use to let AI send a text or a picture to someone. I don't know what hard drive that this AI is saving pictures to, because they don't just like. They can't just save them in their memory without there being a hard drive. We can't save things in our memory without there being a brain. So, yeah, just sounds like complete horseshit. The advanced AI does. Advanced AI. What does that mean? I don't even know what the fuck that means. That's not even a thing. Like, all AI is pretty advanced. But what exactly is advanced AI? How is that different than AI? Like, I'm literally calling bullshit on this story. Like, that's ridiculous. It's alarmist, made up stories. Maybe there's a news article that's completely also bullshit that didn't happen. AI is not blackmailing people. Because again, input, output, input, output. That's what large language models are. That's it. Yeah, it was an if then, exactly. If then, input output. If you do this, then I do this. If this happens, then this happens. That's all of computer programming. So if this AI is saying those things and doing those things, whoever it's saying and doing it to, let it happen. Programmed it to do that. specifically, just like every other fucking computer in the world. It does exactly what you tell it to do. It doesn't have intent, it doesn't have thoughts, it's just processing your input. And okay, so here, let me explain what an LLM is real quick for those who don't know what AIs are. Every 4 years, they index the internet. What that means is they scan the entire internet and save it, right? So the internet is saved onto a file. Everything that's on the internet that's not behind a paywall, if it's behind a paywall or a login screen, you can't see it. But if it's open on the internet and AI can, or they can index it, if anyone can see it, it's downloaded, saved onto a file. And when you ask AI a question, it searches the entire fucking internet to see what responses other people give. And it does this for the very first word. The first word, what should my response be? And it searches the internet and it says my response should be this. All right, what should the response for the second word be? Searches the internet. All right, the second word should be this. And it does this for each word. Each fucking word. If it's interacting with another program, there's something called an API that's allowing it to interact with that program, but all it can do is send text. That's it. It can't control a computer unless you let it control a computer. I have AI running on my system all the time, and it's not blackmailing me, dude. There's AI in your phone right now. If you've ever used spell check, that's artificial intelligence. If you've ever used an ATM, trust me, it's using AI. AI has been around a long time, but the LLMs, the large language models, is what everyone's calling AI today, is literally just input and output. And I don't know what an advanced AI is. That doesn't mean anything to me. But that's what it does. It searches the entire internet. At the most part, or at the least, AI could be used as like a really, really good search engine. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, AI can be wrong. So verify this information. It'll usually give you citations for what it's saying. But a really good search, like if you want to know how to do this or how to do that, you can have a whole ass conversation with AI. It's a good search engine. If Dave uses it all the time when he's driving through a town, he'll talk to the AI to ask about the town he's in or the national park he's in, and it'll give you a bunch of information about that town or that, the history and stuff. It's a really, really good search engine. I use AI to search for movies when they come out. I have automatic bots that search the internet for movies. Whenever the movie is released, it searches the internet for a digital copy and then it sends it to my downloads folder. But all it's doing is bridging all these programs. It's not doing anything. This program searches the internet and then it tells the AI, hey, I found the movie. And the AI is like, okay, I'll take that file and I'll put it in the downloads program. And then that program starts downloading it. So for that interaction to happen between those two programs, I had to give it permission. I had to put in a real long, like a 64-digit random character password in order for the two programs to talk to each other. And I had to do it both ways. You can't just do it one way. You can. Sometimes people do. But mine communicates both directions. So. The internet is really saved in a box, like the IT Crowd TV show. Yeah, dude, actually, the internet is saved on. If you had a big enough hard drive, you could save the entire internet onto the hard drive. People do it. Companies do it. People don't do that. Companies do. Here's an example. I have all of Wikipedia saved onto a file. I have everything, the whole Wikipedia saved on to a hard drive. So that way, if I ever need to search for something and I don't have internet, like if there's a solar flare or whatever, like our internet gets knocked out, boom, then I could search for whatever. Like I need to know how to purify water in the desert or even find water in the desert. Like you can go on Wikipedia and find out. No, the AI they use for like flying drones or for in cars, like for self-driving cars, you can 100% get versions of that for yourself. People use them. I've been wanting to put that in my security cameras, and it'll just know that that's a dog or that's a person. So that's what those do. It's able to identify objects through the camera, like, oh, that's a tree or an obstacle or whatever. I need to avoid that, like you would put in drone or something, or the self-driving cars. So yeah, I don't like AI. There's like not there's so many different kinds of AI too. There's not just one kind of AI. I don't know. I don't think we're at the point yet where we have to worry about AI taking over, like ruling us. I don't think we have to worry about that at all. Not yet. I mean, maybe one day, if we keep advancing this technology, maybe one day that's something we have to worry about. But as it stands right now, it's not Skynet. What's up, Terry? Yeah, I did get a new dog. Um, this lady at the fucking truck stop was just gonna abandon her, and she's just chilling right here. She's just chilling right here. She's happy. She's a little skittish sometimes, but she's totally just chilling. Huh. Sweet girl. Look at your tail going 100 miles an hour. Yeah, huh? Yeah, huh? When I put her harness on her, she doesn't like it. So I'm gonna have to go get her collar after this. And even her tail literally has, like, how do I show you? Zigzags in it. Her tail has literally zigzags in it, so that's not a good sign. I'm just fostering you, dude. I'm just fostering you. Don't get too comfortable. Okay, you can get comfortable, but I'm still just fostering you. Yeah. Yeah, huh? Yeah, huh? Yeah. Yeah, huh? I think Zag's getting a little jealous too because I'm giving this pup so much attention, but she's alright. She is precious. I hear you. Still never use intentionally. Yeah, that's cool, man. I mean, that's the beauty of it. You don't have to use it. I've used it. It's pretty handy, but you don't have to. Um, and I don't know why you would. I don't know why you would unless, like, it's really, really useful for like a small business. That could be super useful to like do your marketing or your budgeting or write emails for you. That could be in like the business sense. It's allowing like small businesses to make a website for themselves for free instead of paying thousands of dollars for, like, they could hire me, give me thousands of dollars to build their website. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go on ChatGPT and have it do it for me. Why the fuck not? You know what I mean? And then I'm gonna have a website, and then I'm gonna charge them every month to maintain it. And if I have any issues with it, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to ChatGPT and be like, "Here's what's happening," and it'll tell me how to fix it. So, just cut out the middleman. Small businesses can do this for themselves, and save themselves a ton of money. It's good and bad, though. I will admit it's good and bad because that also could mean less jobs for people like me who might do that. Do you ever try to use a TV antenna? Do you know how many channels you get? No, I don't actually. I don't really do the. I have Amazon. Amazon has live TV, but I don't really do the frequency, like the air, like regular TV antenna channels. Um, there is a satellite dish on top of this thing from like the 90s. I don't know if it works or not, but yeah, I just download all my stuff. Take care, Badger. AI chat is destroying the planet. Yeah, that's kind of true. I don't know if it's destroying the planet, but the energy used to the processing power it takes to do AI costs money. right? Like it takes electricity. You're running GPUs, graphics processing units, and that's what's processing AI for you. Um, if you cram it all through a CPU, you could, but you would just get real slow responses from AI. It would be real short, slow. Like a paragraph might take 20 minutes for it to deliver because it's so slow. A GPU is faster. So, but the cost associated with that, the energy use associated with that, is what people are most concerned about. So yeah, saying things like "thank you" to an AI literally costs electricity somewhere, and people do that. They're like, okay, thanks, and then the AI has to like process that. Okay, thanks. Oh, and then what should I say in response? It's wild time to be alive, dude. Where we're saying thank you to computers and destroying the planet doing it. I did in 22 rec many its cheap powered TV antenna and courtside. Great cheap background noise. Yeah, I have. So I typically will just hook my computer up, or I'm sorry, my computer, my phone up to a portable monitor, and then I will, what's it called? Mirror the screen onto the monitor, and then open Netflix or open Amazon. That's how I watch TV. But I definitely do that background noise. I usually have the TV on. You typically on South Park. I have it on South Park. Dude, the sun's coming right through my window. Hold on 1 second. So she is pretty skittish when I walk past her. You know what I mean? When I'm like getting up and like maybe I'm imposing and I'm walking past her, she like gets out of the way and she's all scared. So we'll have to work on that too. Clearly came from a little bit like Sequini said earlier, she was probably disciplined quite a bit instead of praised and loved on. So I imagine like seeing a person walking towards her is gonna be like she's intimidated by it. So we'll work on that too. I have an antenna that works great. Just a cheap one, and it works everywhere, even camping. That's cool. I think keeping the TV on, the power usage of keeping a TV on would be a lot more than just keeping a portable monitor on. I can power this through USB, and it takes like I don't even think it takes like 5 watts. Maybe it takes like one. So that's a lot less power for me than running an entire television. You know what I mean? The lady probably been accidentally stomping on the tail in the RV. Maybe. I don't know. I think that she was just sick of, you know, Zia peeing on the floor. Zia will learn that you pay attention to where you are and put your feet inside. Yeah, yeah. I mean, or she'll learn to stay out from under my feet too, like Zag did. Zag had to learn that also, but either way, like she'll know that I'm not trying to hurt her. She'll learn that. That's important. Whether I watch out for her, she watches out for me, or we both watch out for each other, she'll know that she's safe, and that's the important part. And you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking I want to put art along this wall right here. This wall, and it might. My pantry is right here, so that might get in the way a little bit, but. Happy don't give a fuck. He'll trip your ass. That's true. Happy don't give a shit. He'll just like walk in front of you on purpose. He's like, "Oh, were you walking here?" No, you're not. Now I am. Watch out for me, bitch. Oh, Dave said I got a new antenna that works anywhere camping. Yeah, but yours isn't a TV antenna. You bougie ass Babylonian. I'm gonna start calling you Babylonian. You got Babylonian fucking Elon Musk Nazi internet. Yep. You did not see that coming. That's so funny. Dave just got Starlink, so I gotta roast him a little bit about it. Hail Starlink. I think that's what you meant. Hail Starlink. D'Lo, yep. Keely Cat doesn't move, and I explain I can't get to the bowl to put the food in. Yeah. Sometimes it's just tone of voice. And, you know, Z is going to learn that I'm in no way, shape, or form going to hurt her. You know, so she's going to have to figure that out. And that doesn't happen in a couple of hours. But I've been live streaming now for 3 hours. So I've had her for 4. Actually, no, I've had her for 5. So she doesn't know yet. She doesn't know that I'm a safe person. But I am going to get out of here, you guys. I appreciate the conversation. I appreciate the conversation. Thanks for hanging out and chilling with Zia and I. Starlink crowdfunds the mission to Mars. Yeah, I don't think we're going to Mars for the next 50 years either, for being honest, but that's another conversation. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to take off. I need to go get Zia some dog food, dog stuff, basically. Dog treats, dog toys. But yeah, if anyone wants to kick down for that, my links are in the description. Yeah, it was a good live stream. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with Zia while I go to the store. Like, I don't know. I don't want her chewing anything up. That's what I'm mostly worried about, is her chewing into cords and stuff. So, anyways, I'll figure it out. So, until next time, smiles to smiles.